Well, today's video is going to be a thrift store makeover and just some things I had around here. I'm going to make them all over. They're not going to be really big projects. This one here will probably be the biggest project I have. But to start with, this is a piece of the dowel rod that was with the rolling pin towel holder that I done a couple videos back. And then these are some little candle holders that I had from Hobby Lobby in my stash, and I'm going to take them and cut them off about right here and make handles and make a roll pin and decorate it up. And then this here is something I got from the thrift store that I showed in one of my hauls, and I'm going to cut this dowel rod down. And my husband brought me home a bunch of these, not dowel rod but this spindle, and he brought me home a bunch of those, and it's going to go with this, and then I'll do up this candle that I got at the thrift store for 50 cents, and it works good. It does have a crack right here. I think I dropped it. But anyways, it works, and I'm going to make it over to go with this. And then this little basket's not going to take a lot, but I'm going to do something with it. So let's get started. Okay, well, I'm going to start with the rolling pin first, so I'm going to take these little candle holders out, and I'm going to cut them down to size. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take some watered down Waverly antiquing wax and go on the end. It pretty much blends with it well enough because the handle will be on it. It won't show that much. I don't know, I might end up painting the rolling pin white or something. I don't know. Okay, that took care of that end right there. And now, I still have some of this, get that out of my way. I still have some of this green mixed up. Looks like I need to add a little water to it. But this is what I put on the handles of my other rolling pin that I had mixed 3 different colors with. Let's see if I got some water here. Make sure that's okay. Whoop, well, I put too much in there, I think. It'll be alright. Yeah, that's mixing up good. Okay, I'll use this color here on these handles. Okay, I went out on my scroll saw and cut them down. Get this out of there before it falls over. And I'll paint them, and then I'm going to glue them onto each end. And then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do from there. And these little pieces here, I'll still have for feet or something if I need them. I'll put those back in my wood stash. Alright, I'm going to paint these up and distress them and get them glued on to each end and figure out how I'm going to decorate this little rolling pin. Okay, I took I have it all put together, and I did take the watered down antiquing wax and put on this right here, the handle. And I don't know if you can tell, it does make it look better in person. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. But I just went over it with that. And I'm still deciding on if I want to leave this the dark brown or paint it. I'll just have to figure that out. But when I get it figured out, I'll show you what I've done or going to do. See, it does. It makes it just look better. Because some of this just kind of raw wood showing. Alright, as you can see, I've kind of got some things here I'm thinking about doing. I cut a piece of homespun cloth and made sure the ends were, you know, not straight. And then, excuse me, took a piece of muslin and done the same thing with it so I could fit it on here, but it's too white to me, so I'm going to take some instant coffee and cinnamon mixture here and just kind of antique it. And I'll hit it with my, well, I'll hit it with my heat gun to get it to drying faster, so I can continue working without waiting too long. Got it blended in with the paper. Okay, there it is. And now I'm going to hit it with my heat gun, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do with it. Okay, I wanted to show you that I was kind of, before I'm hitting it with my heat gun, I am kind of blotting it. And it is taking just a little more of the color off from it, and it's going to make it easier to dry when I hit it with the heat gun. Okay, I'm in my Silhouette Studio software, and I made a stencil that I'm going to cut out and stencil on to the muslin. Alright, I found a scrap piece of my stencil vinyl, and I'm cutting out my stencil now. Okay, I've cut it out and put my clear over it to transfer it onto the material. Oops, missed my... Make sure it all goes down on there. Okay, from here I'll have to be really careful because I don't want to go up into this. I know what I'll do. I'll just cut a piece of this and lay it down on top of it so I don't go over the material where the black is not supposed to be. Okay, where's my other little piece go? There it is. I don't want to get it on the material. Well, I got that too far up. There. Now, I just have some regular black paint, and I'm going to stencil that on there. Yeah, I'm glad I covered that. Okay. Almost didn't get it covered good enough. Dogs are out there barking about something, as usual. Come on. That off the A. Can I get all of it? Yep, I got it. Just got a little bit of black right there, but that's okay. Now, I'll glue this material on there, and then this on that. And from there, I'm going to have to figure out what else I'm going to do. But I have that much done. Okay, let me get some time to think about what I want to do with it. Okay, I'm just using some clear tacky glue, Allen's tacky glue. It's a gel. As you can see, I got it at the thrift store for $1. And I glued this on there, and then I'm rolling it, trying to get it good and tight and even. Yeah, I think that did it. I was going to do it with hot glue, and I decided against that. Okay, that is... Now, I'm going to take this and glue it down on there. Waiting for that to come down. Alright, and glue it in the top on the middle. Make sure. Yep, looks good. Okay, now I'm going to let this dry. And I'm thinking, I made a bow here. I'm not really sure if I'm going to use it. But I'm going to start pulling out some other things or looking around my room and seeing what else I can do with this. But I think this would be cute to stick in a tiered tray, or if you have a vignette or something you want to, you know, you can just stick it anywhere. You just lay it on a shelf. It wouldn't matter. So I think it's turning out pretty cute. All right, let me figure out some more on what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm not too sure I'm going to use this, but I have a... I'm listening. I'm hearing my chickens. I'm on coyote duty because I witnessed one coming up yesterday and grabbing one of my chickens. And I've locked them in the coop today, but one got out. And she's up here on the porch. So I'm just kind of listening. But anyways, I better continue on here. I have some rusty stars and some thin wire. Got to feed that on there. I'm thinking I better go out and check. I'm going to go, well, the dogs are out there. She's okay. They would let me know if something was out there. Take my needle nose. Okay, and then I want to twirl it some from back here. Let's see. Just bending it around. Need this one to come this way. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to use this, but I wanted to show you kind of how I do things and then don't use them or whatever. I wish my wire, I had some little thinner wire even. Let me see. That's kind of cute. I think I like that. And I could lay it that way, or it could sit up. Okay, I'm thinking I like that. So, I've got the glue gun. Let me move some stuff here. I think I'll put that about right there. So that means this needs to go about right in there. I'm not too sure hot glue is going to hold that. But I'll put some hot glue on it. Let that dry, and then I'm going to get like some, I don't know, all-purpose adhesive. I might put some of this on there too after that dries. And then let this dry and then go from there. But that's what I have so far. I don't want to move this. Okay, I believe that's what I'm going to do right there. I took this strand. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. I bought it just, it was a swag, but I bought it just for the pip berries to use on things. And I've used a lot of it. So it was worth my money. It was half price. I don't remember what it was. Probably 20, and I gave 10 for it, but it's well worth that for all the berries on it. So I just took one little strand and kind of went like that with them. And now I'm going to put, stuck up underneath there. It's not glued yet, but it will be when I get the bow on, and then I'll let it dry good, and then I'll cut this back piece off some. Because I want this on there well. Go back here on the pipberry stem. And that's enough to put the bow on. Okay, let's see. The farmhouse is right there. I think that's the way I want it. And then I'll trim that up back in there when it's all good and dry, because that other glue is still a little wet. And that's how it turned out. But at the very end, I'll style all of them where I'm, not where I'm going to put them, but I'll style them so you can kind of see what they look like. All three projects. Okay, with this one now, I'm just going to start pulling things out. This was stuck all down there. I kind of pulled it up to where it can kind of hang. Get some of this stuff out of here I don't want in there. Be alright if I had it for 4th of July, maybe pull the green out, but anyways, some of this is pretty tough to get out. I'm making a mess here. I don't like the green. I don't like the blue. I don't know, I may end up pulling it all out. Okay, what do I want to do with this? I think I'm going to fix some fall decor in it, like pip berries and little pumpkin or something. So I'm going to go look around my room and see what I have, what I can do with this. That was 50 cents. Guess I can take the tag off from it. And I'll probably put something, a bow or something right here, because that glue's showing pretty bad. Alright, let me go gather up some stuff and see what I can do with this one. Okay, I just have some stems. This was from Hobby Lobby, and these other two were from Dollar Tree. And it's not going to take much to fix this up, so, because that's not going to be loaded with stuff in it. If I could get that cut. in. There. But I'm just sticking some things down in it and seeing how I want it. And I don't even think I'm going to glue them in there, because if I want to take this, I want this facing this other way. If I want to take this and use it, you know, Christmas time, put some Christmas florals in it. That fell off somewhere. Yeah. Right there. I think I'll put a touch of glue so that doesn't do that again. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to continue on stuffing this and seeing just exactly how much I want in it and what I want to do with it. And I'll be back. Okay, this project was relatively easy. I just pulled stuff out and stuck some stems in there. Pulled this off to where it wasn't glued right down on it, and took a piece of cheesecloth that I had tea dyed and had in my stash and made a bow. And I think it's pretty. And I know where I'm going to put this. This is probably where I put this, where it's going to stay till I bring out my Christmas decor. Okay, now on to the next one. Alright, that took about 1 minute to sand that down just a little bit and cut this down to size. Now, while my candle is drying, the glue's drying on it, and the wax inside is melting, I'm going to take this in and start working on it. Well, I decided I better go ahead and attach this on here. So I went in and found a screw, a flathead, and I have 2 drills here. One that I'm going to put the hole in this and this with, and then that one I'll use to put the screw in. So I'm going to do that. I'll start by probably finding the middle right in here and putting a hole here. And find the middle here on this and putting a hole in it, and then just using the screw to attach them together. Okay, I got my handle on, and I used a flat screw so it was pretty much flush, and that's the way it looks. Now I'm going to go inside and fill the holes and start working on it for real this time. Alright, I have filled in my holes and decided to go with black, and I'm using the Waverly chalk paint and ink. So I'm just going to finish painting this black, and then by then my wax should be melted, and go in and fix my candle. And I think the hardest part on this is going to be trying to figure out what to hang it with, because this wood is real thin. We'll have to figure out a way to hang it. But I thought this would be the longest, hardest project when I started, and actually it's turned out really easy. So far, I may change my mind or something, but it's pretty much all I'm going to have to do is paint this black and distress it, and maybe go over it with some antiquing wax and do up my candle, and I won't have to do a lot to decorate on the inside, I don't believe, because there's not like a lot of room. Ooh, that's getting kind of... Alright, I'm going to finish painting this and let it dry, and I'll come back and show you what I'm doing with my candle. Okay, it's not going to take much to distress this. It only has 1 coat on it, so I'm just going to use this little thing here. Ooh, I don't like the way that looked. I need a little finer one. hot. Okay. Yep, that looks good there. Okay. I'm not going to have you sit and watch this, but that's what I'm using to distress it. And by the way, I did my candle, and time I got all the wax on the candle, it doesn't want to fit in there. Okay, I have it finished. I have the dark wax on it. Alright guys, I got a problem here. After I waxed the candle that I was going to put in here, it made it too wide to fit. So, I had to go with something else. And I had this candle here done up. And I thought, well, it would look cute in there. But I had to find a way to get it to stand up. So I took a piece, I always save these hard or you know, what are they? They're out in the middle, like a tin foil, or when I get vinyl, I have the bigger pieces. I thought, well, I can make faux candles out of them, whatever, or I might need them for something else, but I save them. So anyways, I did cut. Now I've lost it. So, I had it right here. I do this all the time. I guess I'm just going to have to tell you and probably cut another one. I just took a piece and cut it right there. You can see where I've cut it. I used this here. It cut it just fine. Then I'll take that little piece and I'll fit it right. I'll glue it right there and I'll paint it. And I'll use it for the candle holder. And from there, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I got to get that done first. I found the piece I cut. It was on my candle. I have a hard time living with me. Anyways, I'll glue that right there. And it'll make a candle holder. I'll paint it. And it'll make the holder for my candle. This project started out. This here, what I flipped, was really easy to do. I had it done in no time. But finding what to put in it, and things just are going awry on me. But that's what happens when I craft. I don't know if that's that way with everybody else, but you have a vision and then it starts going and then things just start kind of falling apart. Okay, I've changed my mind. The wax candle I had, it was more burgundy, and I just didn't like the way it was going. Anything I put in it, I didn't like. And I think I've come up with something I like, but I have to have a different color on my candle. So I'm putting Mod Podge and cinnamon on it. So I just gave it a coat of Mod Podge and put the cinnamon on it, and I'll keep fixing my candle. Okay, I gave the first coat of Mod Podge, sprinkled cinnamon on it, let it dry, and now it looked coated real well, so I gave it, there's my rooster. I put one more coat of Mod Podge over it. Now I'm going to let that dry before I can go any further. Alright guys, I'm going to show you all three of the projects finished at the very end, which I normally do it after each one. But here is the rolling pin finished. I think it turned out pretty cute. It'll look cute in a tiered tray or vignette or just anywhere that you want to stick it. It's really cute. Those little stars, rusty stars hanging off. I think a big rolling pin would be cute done that way too, if you had somewhere to put it. And then here is the little basket. And on the little basket, I ended up taking the, if you can remember, it had the doily on there. and I pulled it up from there, and I still didn't like it, so I just took it completely out, and I've hung it here on my shelf. Of course, I'll be taking it in to the store to sell. And then here's how the scoop turned out. The scoop itself, making the scoop was actually easy. It was just trying to figure out what to put in it. So I ended up making another, or painting up another candle with the cinnamon and rust. And I just got this at Hobby Lobby yesterday. My stepdaughter and I, she needed to go pick up a ring and that she had repaired. And she asked me if I'd go with her, and I said sure. And of course, where do we stop first? Hobby Lobby. So I did get that half price, so that kind of helped the cost on this. And I didn't put batteries in it. The light's not going right now because I'm not furnishing people batteries. And right now the bulb's still a little wet. I get that dark color on there with some brown stencil cream in a jar that I have. And if I let it dry, you know, a good 24 hours, it pretty much stays on. It's not that stark white. So there's the way the scoop turned out. The little rolling pin and the little hanging basket. So until the next one, guys, we'll see you later.